Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. We just played our first game of December. There will be a second game in December because we did unfortunately lose. However, I have to say I feel like this is the most successful loss in the entire game. This is the only time that we've lost where I didn't feel just like, a true defeat. And let me explain exactly what that means. Just to give you an idea real quick of what went on in the mission. So right here, we open from the Legacy deck, December mission briefing. You and your vaccine are too late. Even if you cure this version of Coda, we have stockpiles with new mutations ready to deploy. But we would like to thank you for establishing the new world government. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to manage the balance between fear and hope, establish our military network, or track Coda's progress so closely. We wouldn't have our checkpoints and roadblocks and a population too contained to even think of resisting. You can no longer trust your old sources. Destroy all other objective cards introduced before this month. New objectives are forthcoming. So the next card we drew was this stockpile card. Scratch off this card when you find the stockpile. This right here was the search card for the stockpile, much different than what we've seen in the past. Right here it says take the search action if you are in Atlanta. Advance the search party by discarding the cards pictured in the next space. You may advance multiple spaces for an action if you have the necessary cards. And, oh man, we misread that. I don't think it would have made much of a difference. We had to take an action for each space that we advanced. Like we could do it multiple times, but we still took an action each time. Wow. Okay, well, we still ended up finding the stockpile, and thinking back, I don't believe that would have changed anything, but you never really know. So we found that, and you can see it started here. We actually got it all the way to here before we caught up to it, but we still got it, which just had to scratch this off. I was hoping for something really cool. I mean, it's cool. It's a little bit of story, but it's not anything that changed the game. The stockpile was hidden deep underground, but your team has persevered. Some well-placed explosives and the alternate strains of Coda are no more. You walk away from the explosion without looking back. If you need to play the second half of December, consider the Destroy Secret Stockpile objective completed at the start of the game. Which, actually, I forgot to show you these cards that we drew as well. 2 new objectives. Vaccinate every city. This is a mandatory objective. Every fated city. And another mandatory objective, find and destroy the secret stockpile of Coda in Atlanta. And you can see that all of the previous objectives, not that right there, but this one right here, have 3 vaccine factories on the board, and then discover 3 cures of the normal diseases, and destroy or sabotage 2 military bases. Those are all gone. Also during the game, we did use this again, the experimental vaccine, so we're out of those now. We've used all of our experimental vaccines. So these are the only 2 objectives that were left. You can see you only need 2 objectives for December. And yeah, that pretty much is what we had to work with. So we used the dispatcher, the medic, the colonel's over there, and then the immunologist right here. And basically what ended up happening was we managed to just spread the vaccine through almost everywhere, but we couldn't quite make it because you had to have every city vaccinated. You see this one down here, Sao Paulo didn't have it. Algiers, Madrid, Paris, Delhi, Kolkata, and Chennai are the only ones left, but that was enough to keep us from winning. But since we did find the stockpile, the only thing we have to do in the second half of December is vaccinate those 7 cities, and that'll be the game. We'll have won. So hopefully, barring a major disaster of just epic pandemic proportions, that I have seen happen. I've lost regular pandemic in the first 3 turns, but hopefully next time we come away with a win and win the campaign. So until next time, if you're bored online, board offline.